Hello. Hello, can you hear me? Hello. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Hey, my name is Hyper Aesthete. I just wanted to give some info on VIP Kid, something I've been doing for the past couple months. I know that there's a lot of questions out there about it, so I just wanted to give some more info. I just wanted to give some info. So, what VIP Kid is, it is a online teaching platform where you can teach kids over the internet in China. The ages range from about 4 to 12 years old, so pretty small kids. But it's a great way to make some money in the early hours if you want to make some extra money before work, or you can work at night after work. The great thing is that they're on China time, which basically is before or after the regular working day here in the U.S. for the most part. So for me, I'm actually an entrepreneur and an actor, so it's very important that I have time in the middle of the day to be able to go out to auditions or to have meetings and things like that. So for me, it's been really good. Um, so I just wanted to go through how it works. So I put together this little presentation on VIP Kid. Okay, so this is a VIP Kid here. So basically, I just wanted to go through and talk about it a little bit, very briefly. So the different talking points today are going to be: what is it? What are the requirements? What is the hiring process like? How much will I get paid? And yeah, feel free to leave any questions or comments, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can with those answers. So, VIPKid, it's an online education company that matches Chinese students with North American teachers. It's valued at more than $1.5 billion at the moment. Um, it's a 4-year-old startup and it's expanded to more than 20,000 teachers and 200,000 students. And the revenue is expected to reach about $750 million this year. When I started, not even half a year ago, that 20,000 teachers, I think it was probably less than 5,000 when I started. So the expansion has been just crazy right now. But there's definitely demand with with the population of China and obviously children there. It's definitely an opportunity. Oops. Okay, so VIPKid connects Chinese students from the age of 4 to 12 with teachers primarily from the U.S., but also Canada to study English, math, and other subjects. Classes take place online and are typically 2 or 3 times a week for 25 minutes. The curriculum is based on the U.S. Common Core standards. And I know that a lot of people are kind of hesitant to, look to try these different things that you can do online, but it was ranked number 5 by Forbes for the top 100 companies offering remote jobs. So it's definitely legit. You can look that up on Forbes if you have any questions. Okay. All right. And next, what are the requirements? So it's pretty straightforward, but it's kind of not negotiable, I guess. So you must have a bachelor's degree, but it doesn't have to be in education. So I've been getting a lot of questions about, can I have an AA degree, or I'm really close to graduating, or questions like that. But unfortunately, a bachelor's degree is something that is definitely required. You do have to be a native U.S. or Canadian speaker. They might, change that at some point to open it up for people from the UK or Australia, but at this point, that's what they're looking for. But you don't have to actually you don't actually have to live in the US or Canada. If you're a native speaker and living in a different country, then that should be fine as well. They do also want some kind of teaching experience. So for me, I actually used to teach kids online in Japan. So I had that teaching experience for me, but it can be anything. It can be tutoring, mentoring, coaching, or different, just whatever that might be. So it doesn't have to be in a classroom setting, like as a teacher or as a TA. And the last thing is a stable high-speed internet connection, with audio, obviously camera, and video capabilities. So it's pretty straightforward in terms of what you need. A lot of people already have these things already. So yeah. So the hiring process, again, is very straightforward. The first thing you do is you submit your resume, and they're really quick about getting back to you. I think when I submitted my resume, I'm pretty sure I got a response like within 5 minutes, which is kind of crazy. And the response I got was to set up an interview with someone on their Chinese staff in Beijing, I believe. Um, and you actually have an option of doing a recorded demo lesson, which you can just record a lesson on your computer and just submit it through their portal. I chose to do the interview just because I wasn't quite sure, what to do and how to make of it, so I wanted to start there. After the interview, they actually present you with like a contract. After um, the interview, and it's a little bit confusing because that is actually letting you know that if you do get hired, this is what your contract will look like. So for me, I thought I was actually hired at that point, but no, they're just laying down the contract points before you sign or agree to anything, or before you're hired. So for there, you get your, you get some teaching videos, some different material to read about the company, about the curriculum, about different teacher tips, and different things that you can do to make lessons successful. After that, you do a mock class, which is just like a demo lesson you do with a staff member. Actually, it's usually a teacher based in the U.S. that they're like mentors, so they pretend they're a small child from China, and they just do the lesson with you. I think it's about half of it's 1 hour, and about half the time you do like a lesson, and then the rest is due for feedback and just a little bit talking a little bit more about yourself. If you pass that, then you go on to the Mock 2 class, which is 2 lessons. You actually do 2 lessons in the period. So you'll do one lesson, get feedback, and then you'll do another lesson, which is like a higher level lesson, and then you'll get feedback again. So based on all of that, if you pass that, you'll get offered a contract. They'll send you a contract. They ask you to upload some documents just to prove your identity and for tax purposes and all that. And that's pretty much it. And then after that, you'll get access to a portal. You log in there, and you can open up your time slots. So it's pretty simple how that works. Okay, next. Okay, so most people want to know like how much will you get paid. So so the payment contract is per lesson. So I think it's very. I want to make that very clear, just because obviously whenever you see like marketing materials, it's going to throw at you like the biggest number they can think of, but you don't always work like an hour, because every lesson that you teach is 25 minutes. So maybe you'll teach 3 lessons, so that's an hour and a half. So I think it's always better to kind of think about payment as per lesson. So the lessons are 25 minutes long. The payments range from $7 to $10 per lesson, and that's based on your experience. So if you have like a master's degree in like education, or like 10 years teaching experience in elementary school or something like that, then I'm sure you would qualify for the highest pay rate. Otherwise, if you don't have a lot of experience, you probably start off at the $7 per lesson. Okay, so you're thinking maybe it's not great, but you do get like incentives. Like you get a $1 incentive for every class you complete, and there's nothing more to it. Basically, you do a class, you write comments for the students' parents. As soon as you submit that, you get $1 extra. So that bumps you up from $8 to $11 per lesson. And then on top of that, if you teach more than 45 classes a month, which is not very hard, I do that probably in a week and a half or so. Then you'll get $1 more for every class that you teach. So if you teach 45 classes, you'll get $45 more. Um, yeah, I mean, if you're planning on doing it at least 45 classes a month, which anything less than that might not be worth your time, then you'll be looking at your payment range will be from 9 to $12 per lesson. So with all the incentives included, for per hour basis, you're making again about $14 to $22 per hour, which is what you might have seen like on Facebook or different places. Um, so that's pretty much it. I also thought I would go ahead and show you like the portal. So this is kind of what the portal looks like here. So basically what you do is you get access to like a portal, and you can go in there, and um, you can open up your time slots. You can have access to different resources and everything like that. So it's a good place to go once you get your login and everything. You can go in there and do that. So that's pretty much it. There's more info in the comment section. So you can go in there. There's a link as well if you want to sign up. It's a referral link. And yeah, leave some comments there, little questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. Otherwise, thank you very much, and I will see you again. Goodbye.